guys, welcome to another vlog. Today I started the series of sharing my experiences thus far in Canada because I'm going to be a year on the 29th of this month, and I started by sharing my experiences thus far. Today's video is going to be about how I navigated certain things as well. I'm going to be sharing how I found my doctor, sharing how I got my license, driver's license, my health card. Sorry, I'm holding my phone. My health card, my SIN, yeah, my SIN number, and all other good stuff. So stay tuned, watch. It's gonna be informative. Please share this video with newcomers to Canada, people who are planning to come. It's going to be really helpful for them. And if you're stumbling on my video for the first time, please welcome to my channel. First of all, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more informative videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching today. Like the video. If you're yet to subscribe, share a comment, share the video, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. So I wrote down some points on my second phone here, and if I get to look down, I'm not losing concentration. I'm just trying to get the points. I can't possibly have all of these things in my head, so I just wrote bullet points to guide me through this video, and I hope you find it informative. So I'm going to be sharing how I found my doctor first. How to find your doctor. First of all, I'm in the province of Alberta, Calgary. So what I'm sharing is peculiar to the region I am in. I can't say for sure if it's applicable to other parts of Canada. Just try to do your research, but for the most part, the processes may be applicable to where you fall. But if you're coming to Calgary or Alberta, most of the things I'm going to be sharing today, you will find them helpful. So how I found my doctor, this is a question I get asked actually a lot. Like as recent as a couple of days ago, someone asked me again how to find a doctor, which is an absolutely normal question, right? But then I thought to myself, okay, why not just add it to the thread? Like it's one of the things you've been able to do, so add it to the thread. So you just go online and Google find a doctor in Alberta, and it's gonna redirect you to the Alberta Health Services website. In that website, you're going to be taken to a page that would ask for your residential address, where you live, because they try to connect you with hospitals that are around your region or around where you live, so that it will be easy for you to go there in case of an emergency, and you'll be able to commute there faster. So you put your address, and then it's going to show you the list of doctors that are available and taking new patients at the time. So just go scroll through. If you're mindful about things like, are they, I think for the most part they're English speakers. We're not in a French province, so I don't think that's something you should be concerned about. However, if you have personal preferences on who you'd like to be your family doctor or your personal doctor, you just check it out and select from the options you're going to get. So I had a lot of options. The problem what I didn't like about it was the wait times. I had to book like 2-3 places to weigh my options and see which one is gonna favor me the most, and the wait times were crazy. I'm coming to that. So I booked to have a doctor, and luckily I have a friend who already had a doctor here, and I fell sick at the time, so I needed urgent care, and she was like, okay, I could refer you to my doctor. He's taking new patients, and let's see if he's gonna be willing to take you. And then she referred me. Luckily her doctor was taking new patients, and that's how I got a family doctor. So that's another route you can use. You can get a referral from maybe your friend or somebody who is here that you know to refer you to a doctor, only if they are taking new patients, and then you could use that as your personal or family doctor. So that was the way I was able to find mine. And after I found mine, months after, I started getting calls from the other hospitals I'd booked to find out if I still wanted to come in to meet one-on-one. I had to cancel all of them because I already have a doctor. So that's how to find it. Either you use the website, like I said, Google Alberta find a doctor. It's going to redirect you to the website where you can enter your details and look for doctors who are accepting new patients around where you live. Or you can get a referral from a friend. That's how to do that. Second on my list is my driver's license. So I also made a video about how I got my driver's license, but I didn't go in detail. I just made a video about the day I went to write the exam and how I passed and how I was jumping all over the place. But this video, I'm going to expatiate on how you can get it. So what you need to do is visit any registry, any Alberta registry close to you. And the starting point is by writing the knowledge test. So there's a class 7 knowledge test you're supposed to write, and it's made up of series of questions about driving, about the roads, about the road signs, about so many things about driving, right? I would recommend that you study for this. It's not as simple as driving may be back home. So if you're used to driving back home, the rules are pretty different here, and what's obtainable in your home country might be totally different from what you're seeing here. So it's good that you study the signs, you understand what is applicable to road drivers here so that you don't fail that test. So you're going to write that test. It's a knowledge test. I've forgotten how many minutes it was, but then you're going to pay $17 before you write that test. $17 to write the test. And then when you write the test and you pass, then you're going to pay another amount. I've forgotten the exact amount now, but you're going to pay to get the class 7 license shipped to you. Now you can use that license, but you need to have someone with a class 5 seated by you whenever, anytime you want to drive. That's a whole nother detail. You can read about it as well. But to start, you have to write the knowledge test, and you pay $17 to write that. There are study materials online you can find. There are applications as well you can install in your phone for practice questions on what to expect in the exam. The applications were helpful. Just Google knowledge test apps on your Play Store or on your Apple Store, and you're going to find these apps. Download them, practice as much as possible, and you're going to ace it. It's no big deal. So if you're going to advance to get the class 5, which allows you to drive with no supervision, you don't need somebody in the car to let you drive, which I also got, right? So you just need to go online and register on the Alberta registry, and then you pay the sum of $93 for the test. Pick a date and a time, and then you write the test. And if you feel you need classes, because like I said earlier, the rules are pretty different here, so you may need a brush-up class or 2 depending on your, do they say proficiency level for driving? I am not sure. So depending on how much of an expert you are with the car and the roads, that would determine if you need a brush-up class or not. I took brush-up classes because I felt that the rules were different here, the signs are different here, so my knowledge of driving back home will not totally be applicable here. So I just needed a brush up and someone to guide me on the areas I need to pay more attention to. And I was able to pass my test at a go. So that is something you can do, and you get your class 5, and voila, you are a driver here, and you keep to the rules and you're good. Also, driving in the snow could be really tricky, so you want to learn all of that before you go for your test, particularly if you choose to do your test when it's snowing. Moving on to your SIN. Your SIN is the first thing you're actually supposed to get because it's tied to everything. Your employers are going to ask for your SIN, and you're going to need it for some other registrations as well that are tied to your name. So this is one of the first things you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get that number that is unique to you, and the only place you can get this is to go to any Service Canada office. There are 2 ways to get it. Either you gate crash there without an appointment, but the bad side about gate crashing is if you're not there early enough, you're going to have to join the queue. And if it is a cold day, you're going to join the queue outside, I'm saying this from experience because I queued outside in the cold. Imagine coming here for the first time and it was so cold. I wasn't used to everything. But I didn't book an appointment. I just get crashed and I had to line up in the cold and it's incredibly slow. I don't blame them though, because there are lots of people who booked appointments. So you can choose to go to the Service Canada website and book an appointment. It's going to take a long time. That's why most people get crashed, like, right? And since you need the number urgently, it's advisable you get crashed. So you book an appointment, they give you a date and a time, you show up at that time, they attend to you, they give you your SIN, or you just show up at Service Canada office, join the queue. It may not last long based on the Service Canada office you're going to, anyone that is closest to you. And then I've heard some offices don't really have all of the queue. Mine did at the time. You get your SIN and you're good to go. So remember, you're doing this at Service Canada. Now, I forgot to mention something, that for the driver's license as well as the SIN, it's applicable to both. You're going to need certain documents. You're going to need a valid ID card. It could be a Canadian ID card or your international passport. You're going to need the proof of your legal status in Canada. So it could be your PR card, it could be your co-PR documents, confirmation of permanent residence document, and it has to be the original one you'll be taking to these offices, or else they're not going to look at you, right? So you need the original copies, your valid ID card, your confirmation of legal status in Canada, and then you need your proof of residence. For this, I submitted my lease. So if you're renting a house, you can get your lease, or maybe a utility bill. If you have anything like that, you could get that from the bank, or when you pay your utilities, you could print that from your phone provider or somebody, any service you use and you pay bills, right? So you need to take the original copies of this for your driver's license as well as for your SIN. Please don't forget this, because if you show up there empty-handed, nobody's going to attend to you. Next on my list is your health card. So for your health card, you need the 3 documents I just mentioned as well. You need an ID card, you need a document to show that you're legally allowed to stay in Canada, and then you need your proof of residence. All you need to do is go to an Alberta registry and then follow the steps, and they're going to tell you what to do. They're going to check your documents and tell you to go, and the health card is going to show up in your mail. Why you need your health card is because you need it to even register to get a doctor, because there's a number on it that is required to identify you. That number is unique to everybody, and you need your health card for every time you go for a checkup, every time you go to the hospital, you need your health card. So this is very important for you to get. I would advise that you don't leave this to the last minute to say, oh, I barely fall sick, so I don't really need this thing. Not that I'm saying you're gonna fall sick, but misfortunes happen, things happen, and you may just have a need to see a doctor or something, no matter how trivial your case is. And if you don't have a health card, it's going to be difficult for you. You're going to pay out of pocket. Next is the library card. So I also got my library card because once in a while I like to go to the library and probably get a book, or if you want to borrow a book, audiobooks as well. There's an app I use to listen to audiobooks that is tied to the library here. It's called Libby. I hope I'm getting it right. Yeah, so for you to get those audiobooks, you need your library card. You need to be tied to the library, and the library card applies to any library that is close to you. All you need to do is go there. When you're going there, go there with your ID card again, your legal status in Canada, proof of your legal status, and your residence, proof of your residence in Canada as well. Now, there are many benefits aside the ability to borrow books. You're also entitled to print documents. Like if you need to use hard copy documents at some point and you need to do some printing and you don't have a printer at home, you can always waltz into the next library close to you and print. There's a cap though. There's a number of hard copy documents you can print in a month. However, except you do too much of hard copy, that quota for the month is supposed to be okay for you to be able to print out the number of documents that you want per month. So it's really helpful. Even if you don't use the library every time, you may just want to get the card, because who knows. Next on my list is the bus pass. For the bus pass, you can buy it online through the Calgary Transit app. You can download the app to your phone and buy online. You just register on the app, put your details so that you can always buy the pass whenever you're in need of it. You can buy the daily pass, the weekly pass, or the monthly pass. Also, you can buy it in any Calgary Transit customer service center. Locations can be found online. Just Google it and you're going to find these centers. Just walk in there and buy your pass. Yeah, you're going to see the amounts online as well. I don't want to mess up everything with this video by stating amounts that are not correct, so I'm not so sure. Also, some convenience stores sell this transit pass, so just look out for a convenience store close to you and see if there's a sign to show that they sell the Calgary Transit Pass, and then you can buy one there. You can also buy one from the vending machines at the train stations or at the bus stations. You can use your credit card or your debit card to buy this, so you're not stranded. So if you happen to find yourself in a bus station or the train station, you can always use your card to buy. Now, there's something called the Fair Entry program that is offered by newcomer agencies in Canada. One of such newcomer agencies is Center for Newcomers. It's a letter that they're going to give to you. It's a recommendation letter. That letter is used to get a concession for the pass you're going to buy, the monthly pass you're going to buy. So what you need to do is identify yourself with these newcomer agencies and ask them if they can refer you for a fair entry pass. Now, you take that pass to the Calgary Transit office, and then it lasts for a year. So you're going to get a discount each time you're buying the monthly pass. It's really helpful as a newcomer. It helps to reduce the amount of money you're going to be spending on transit, particularly if you have to do lots of commuting to your office, to buy groceries, to anything you want to do. You would need to use a bus or the train. And if you have a concession for how much you pay for the pass every month, it's going to be helpful for the first month you're here. Or sorry, not first month, for the first year, because it's a yearly. That letter gives you a concession that covers for a year. So you're able to reduce the burden of buying those stuff at the exact amount for a year. And it is the hope that after a year, you should be stable enough to be able to buy the bus pass at the normal rate. So this is an option you can choose to explore. I explored that option and it's been really helpful. Mine, it has not even expired yet. It's still valid till May. So I'm able to get my bus pass at a reduced price. My transit pass at a reduced price, and it lasts for a month, and it's really, really handy. Consider that option. Google newcomer agencies, register with them. They are really helpful for you as a newcomer, and I hope that really helps you. These were some of the things I had to do when I came to Canada. These were the things I did at the early stage. I really wanted to get my driver's license. I really wanted to get a doctor because I broke down. Immediately I came here, I broke down, right? But at that time, I couldn't even go to the hospital. I had to manage myself in the house because I didn't have a health card, I didn't have a doctor. So that was top priority for me to get that, because I didn't know how my body system was gonna react to the new change and everything. So I needed accessibility to a doctor in case I have any issue I needed to run to them for. And it came in really handy, as well as getting my SIN to help my employers get all of my details in check, my transit pass, and what's the other thing I mentioned now? Health card, library card as well. So these are things that you should do as a newcomer here. They're going to be helpful to you. They're going to make life easy for you. And I wish you all the best with your settlement. if you know that you've done all of these things, but you know someone who's coming, you can as well share this video with the person. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you found this very informative. If you're yet to subscribe, do so. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.